You are now entering Maximum Driftcast, the only drifting podcast hosted by a Spanish soccer mom, a 30-year-old silver-haired fox going on 60, and finally, a 200-pound bowl of spaghetti with chimichanga arms.
The champions, we are the
Yeah. Welcome to Maximum Driftcast. That was me trying to burp on microphone for.
That sounded like you laid off a heavy load there, Paco.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like our newest, lowest, and I failed. So welcome to Maximum Driftcast.
There's another 2 hours or so to get to a new low that we've never achieved previously. So that's good. Corey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Just being fat like usual. I ate a bunch of kids' food at the elementary school, and I hate my life.
Huh? Corey, are you on the toilet?
Yeah, when am I not these days? I've got a terrible diet. I have no friends, and I'm probably never going to drift professionally again. But that's just my life.
Wow, Corey, that's pretty heavy, man. Well, why don't you just hang out and just chime back in whenever you're ready. Paco, what's new with you? Do you have any excitement? You got any drift news you want to bring to the table? There's a lot that's been going on. We're less than a month from Long Beach.
More than drift news, we just had our import face-off drift event with Vegas Drift this weekend. It was pretty nice. We had lots of fun. So we took the Dolphin to the track, and it provided ample space for relaxation and refreshments for our friends and all the other drivers. Because obviously I wasn't driving yet.
How do people feel when you bring your Dirty Dolphin to the track? Is that something that people like? Do they dislike it? What's the general?
I think first of all, I can feel like the inferiority that they feel right away. Like they immediately look at me and they're like, fuck that guy.
They wish they could be him. They wish they could either make love to you
they wish they could have a dolphin. That's for sure. I definitely feel some people want to punch me in the face. But
I imagine you feel that a lot.
Yeah, probably all the time.
I do. But I've earned it over time with my shines, my antics.
Your antics? I don't know. I think your antics are making the face punching a little more common. If you go, dude, I was looking into your comment section on your old videos.
Yeah.
It's just like a stream of people that doesn't understand what's going on. Especially
they hate me because I'm famous or something. I don't know. That's not true. I'm not famous, and they do hate me.
Your driver on driver videos, they're particularly good at like making people not understand what's going on.
I really hope that the whole Kristoff's not coming rumor isn't true, because he's really, I don't want to say the last person I want to do driver on driver with, but he's definitely the next person. If I do it again, I want to talk to Christy.
If you'll be the last driver on driver, because he murders you on the video.
That's the reason why I'd be the last, is he might actually strangle me. Even though he is the nicest driver I know, he definitely killed someone.
Well, his handshakes are strong enough to cause you, like a heart attack.
Yeah. And on that note of news and rumors, there's an exciting one today, which is it has been confirmed that Travis Reeder, who we recently spoke to on the show, is in fact not going to be driving his S13. He's going to be driving the electric Camaro, the
EL1,
the big, exciting, controversial. Everyone says it's going to dominate. Everyone says it's going to fail. We don't know. We're going to see. But Travis Reeder is going to be behind the wheel, and that's super exciting.
I think there's going to be it takes a champion to handle a car like that, like an experimental. He's a young guy. He still has time to develop himself. So he's not like completely married to a particular style, to a particular way of driving. So I'm sure he will adapt. And it'll show.
Or it could crush everyone. We don't know. It could be like a cheater car, like the Daigo SC when he showed up and crushed everyone. Not that it was a cheater car. He was just so overpowered that he changed the game. Maybe this will change the game, but I don't think that's going to be the case. But we'll see.
Everything can happen. Sam.
Anything happen? And speaking of Daigo, he may be the first person now to have a functional A9 Supra with a 2J. So when we saw those photos, one night we just see that Daigo's got a 2J and a new Supra. And then it's like, yeah, but it's just like a mocked up motor. And then the next day he releases footage
it's
of it.
already drifting.
Like, oh, okay, I guess it's actually in there. So that was fast.
Not only that, he's like ultra aggressive driving already. It's like it seems like the testing it's already passed. Like he's already like getting used to driving aggressively, and a lot of people has been asking like, oh, so he's coming back to FD, but it's not happening. That car is not FD legal.
Yeah, just looking at the front end, it didn't look like a legal front end. I'm sure the rear end is definitely not FD legal because that's where. But I
believe he's gonna be doing D1 on that car. So
and it looks very much like a little Corvette. And I wonder if that's how it handles and
a little red Corvette.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
What else do you have in the news?
Any other big news coming up? There's so much going on that I haven't been checking the grams. Oh, I've got a big news.
You have an announcement?
Yes, I have a very special announcement. We've been friends with some colorful people, let's call them, for a very long time. And we've mentioned them in our show just about every episode that we have. And for some reason, I think these guys have made a huge mistake. And they now want to be a supporter of the show and officially have us mention them every episode, whereas we were just doing it for free because we liked them before. But without further ado, Gridlife is now an official supporter of Maximum Driftcast. So that is extremely exciting for us because we are huge supporters of everything they do. And we have unabashedly for years said that they have some of the best events in the world. And we are extremely excited for every bit of involvement that we have with Gridlife and their series. And we are going to make it official. We are going to have a 12-way marriage soon between Chris Stewart and Nicholas Swansong and Adam Jabba and Cone and Greg. We're all just gonna tie the knot in a weird, gross way, and that's very exciting. So that means that we're gonna keep on emceeing Gridlife. Corey is gonna hopefully keep driving, and we're also gonna be doing a very special Drift Draft episode coming up, where we are going to announce and discuss and talk to all the drivers that you're going to see at the Gridlife events and just other little fun things throughout the year. So
you're going to have a drift draft?
Drift draft.
Say it 3 times fast.
Drift draft, drift draft, drift draft.
Oh, damn it.
Now say it once without an accent.
Huh?
Say it once without an accent, Paco.
Drift draft, drift draft, draft, drift.
You failed.
Yeah.
So that is very exciting, and we thank Gridlife for being our friends and for supporting this little show endeavor.
This experiment, this 3-year-long experiment.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that maybe we should get our friend on the show?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's. I hope you polished all your foreign languages, Sam. I hope you have a lot of like out of country content that you that you can use somehow to make fun of our new guest.
Yeah, and our new guest is very exciting. It's a very old woman from Brazil, and you'll hear
he's got a very sexy voice.
You'll hear in the voice, and hello, miss. Welcome.
Oh. Hello, guys.
No, she's all right. So for our audio only people, we see the video here. Looks like she's about 95 years old. Very heavy beard. Yeah. She's wearing a cowboy hat with a Monster Energy logo on it.
It's a cowgirl.
Miss, what are you doing on this podcast program?
I don't know. Some guys just invited me, and I came here.
Oh, well, welcome. Thank you so much for being on the show, Gam.
Actually, now I am in my car here. We are working the car.
Oh, wow.
Talk.
All right. Gam has what looks like a very fancy drifting car.
Oh, that's an interesting shop.
Yeah.
Outside shop.
Did you guys build that car at the parking lot of the Holiday Inn?
Yeah, almost.
Guaranteed a victory, let me tell you.
Yeah, we did that in Field Workshop. Actually, it's a really nice guy. He he's helping us with everything. If we'll be racing this year, is because of Mattingfield that helped us.
Ah.
So, who are you and what's going on?
Yeah. So I am Sheriff Barion from Brazil, another sheriff in Formula Drift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drift like for 3 years, not so much time, but
3 years.
3 years, yes.
Wow.
But I came from races, so I have a lot of experience. Yeah, I drove like F3000, F3, South American, go karts, stock cars, and many different cars. And now I came to drift.
And do you always sound like this, or is this a very special occasion for us?
No, it's a very special occasion. I think that was too much tequila. So
And you're calling us from Brazil right now, right?
no, I am here in US.
Oh, well, fuck that then.
And in Stockton today, we are making. Actually, tomorrow we will do the first test of the car.
And which car is this that you're bringing to FD for your first year?
It's the new Corvette 06.
Z-
It's
Zero
on-
007 Z. Oh wait, damn it!
It's a Z06, but a C7, which I think I was reading your Instagram today. There hasn't been a C7 Corvette in FD yet. Everyone's running the C6s.
Yeah, it will be the first one.
Very cool. And-
07.
07.
07. Ah. Oh, obrigado.
De nada.
And we've heard a bunch of our friends say that the Corvette is really the perfect car for FD. Aside from that, why did you choose it?
Yeah, it's like I agree with your friends. When we decided to come to Formula Drift, we started to look for the cars. It's like we just realized that our cars from Brazil will not be competitive here, and we need a new car. And the Corvette was like the easiest one. It's almost a stock car from the showroom to the trucks. Not any big changes in the engine, gearbox, the stock gearbox, just little changes in the differential. So it would be like the easiest car to build it, the fast one, really light, 50% balance of weight. So it's like almost perfect drift.
And are you building out the Z06 motor that came in it, or are you dropping in a different kind of LS?
No, the 06 engine. We just change a little things like the pulley, add melt injection, nitros for the cooling supercharger, and this is it.
It's pretty crazy that you think about it, that the Z06 C7 is probably the easiest to modify into a Pro 1 car out of any available car out there. Like, I'd say that the other sheriff on the grid, like, he definitely has like a very powerful factory car, but I doubt it's nearly as easy to turn into a pro car. Talking about Federico's Ferrari, can't really think of any other car would be up there like that.
It's like what I like in drift. It's that you can make any kind of car competitive. In Brazil, I drive a 6.5 Mustang.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mustang, and it's really competitive against with the new cars. So really, I think that it doesn't matter the car for drift. You can make any kind of car competitive.
How does it translate going from like pretty much the most opposite of American cars? You're gonna be going from a old hatchback, fastback Mustang with a solid axle. I imagine you have a solid axle, and to the most modern American sports car. It's also a different brand. I mean, I don't know. Do you have like any relationship with Ford? So I know Ford has quite a presence in Brazil. There's like Mavericks and Mustangs are pretty popular down there. And
actually, I have a Maverick for
you have a Maverick? Too, so. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's like I never drove the Corvette C7. It's like I don't have an idea.
You still haven't driven one yet?
No, not
awesome.
Victory guaranteed.
It's like It's what I said. Any car can be good for drifts. It's not a big deal. It's really easier to be competitive in drifts. It's like the driver make much more difference than the car. So it's
Yeah.
just different styles of car, but in the end, you drive like the same way all the cars.
And I'm looking at your Instagram now, and there's a photo of what I imagine is the car that's turning into your drift car right now with a bunch of window slats on it. Are you going to keep those crazy ass slats?
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah,
awesome. I love that.
that.
The
Dude, it's going to
louvers.
look so good. Do you have you haven't released what it looks like yet or what it's going to look like your livery, have you?
No.
Can you give us any hints? Is it going to be all
Yeah.
black? Is it going to have a monster logo?
I'm gonna guess that's gonna have a monster logo.
Yeah.
Let's say that we have a lot of black in the car,
Yeah.
and the
Right.
rest you guys can see in Long Beach.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be
Nice.
fun that we're going to have a big, obviously, the original monster car. We got Vaughn's Mustang in there, and we're going to have a monster Corvette. We got the oval and the bow tie. It's pretty crazy to see the big champions of the American car market are going to be monster cars.
Let's see. It's like I have some new sponsors for this year too. So
Yeah.
let's
Who
see.
else? What kind of tires are you running? I'm guessing, judging by that sticker above your hat there, it's going to be
Yeah, it's Achilles. The best tires that we have.
awesome.
It's like I really like the Achilles tires. They are really good with a lot of grip, and I already use Achilles in Brazil, so that makes sense. Change brands now.
Yeah. And what is you mentioned you've only been drifting for 3 years, but how did you come up the ranks so fast to be in Pro 1? How did you start? How did you spend your time?
It's like I was out of the races for 10 years. I was working in my companies. I opened some companies. I became like a businessman. And one day at night, I was in a truck and I saw some guys drifting. That it was something new for me.
Mhm.
I thought that was really crazy. Started to make some searches, and I saw that was like new in Brazil. We will grow in the next years, and I just decided to get a car and start drifting. And I think that as I have experience with other races, it was easier for me and fast. And this is it.
What you mentioned a little bit about your previous race experience, but where did you start? Were you a child when you were in a go-kart, or how did you start racing?
It's like I started in go-karts with 8, 9 years old. Before that, I did some motocross. And from go-kart, I came directly to F3 South American. From there to Formula Renault, F3000 European. It was like 10 years with races, professional races. Trying to get, I was trying to go to Formula One, but it didn't work out.
hmm
So now I came to drift.
I mean, drifting's a lot cooler and harder than fun.
Yeah,
So
it's like it's impossible to compare stuff. Like in drifting, you always having fun. In Formula, sometimes get so professional that you just stop to having fun.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. Well, Brazil has quite a history with racing. I mean, if probably the most and the greatest driver ever, Ayrton Senna,
Yeah.
do Brasil. Like, I mean,
Senna, Nelson Piquet, many good drivers.
there you go. I mean, it's definitely a country that has given amazing drivers when it comes to grip racing. But we also been noticing that there's been a lot of activity, a lot of drifting going on in Brazil. If I'm not mistaken, Ryan Lantang, he goes there. I don't know if he's judging or he's being invited to the Brazilian GP, I guess, pretty often.
Yeah.
And he's posting like stories on his Instagram. It looks like it's a pretty big deal over there. So, what can you tell us about the whole drifting scene going on in Brazil?
It's like it's growing a lot. It's growing fast. I met Ryan 2 years ago with Jim, and I invited them to come to Brazil. Actually, I was the guy that took care of the Brazilian Drift Championship until this year. Now I quit. The guy that was my partner is taking care about that now. I'm not making parts of that anymore. But really, it's growing fast, and I see like a great future for drifting Brazil.
Awesome. You know what would be great? If Corey was
What's that?
here on time. Oh, it's here.
Oh,
Hey
Hey,
guys!
hey.
Oh my God! Look at this! Look at this! The Brady Bunch is here.
what are you talking about, Corey? We heard, or what are you talking about, Paco? We heard earlier in the show from Corey. He was just busy with some stuff that he had to take care of.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. So this is my first time listening to a live show, by the way, guys.
Oh,
And it
really?
First
was-
time caller, first time listener.
I was actually sorry to interrupt the show, but I was going to come onto the show and have the audio really loud, so you guys would get a bunch of feedback, like the first time joining.
Is that
but,
what happened?
Usually when somebody has the audio playing in the background, and then we call them up, and it usually keeps playing. I was going to do that. It was actually going to be a skit, Sam.
That's a
but,
good give.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I was just, apologize that I'm late, but I've been listening.
Yeah,
been
do you guys know
awesome.
what's going on or what?
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
it-
Paco's gonna go to Brazil and enter those bikini competitions.
yeah. There's
Yeah.
the. Yep. I already have the. It's called the Manzilian.
Mhm.
The Manzilian already.
Yeah.
Like gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Yep.
Manzillion, is that what you said?
Yeah, Manzilian.
Gotcha. What?
Yeah, I heard that's like finding a snake in the weeds.
Yeah,
just,
so
you need to
Manzilian,
get that.
Manzilian waxing. Yeah, that's what it is. And
Joe, what kind of downstairs style do you sport? You just go for like a little runway or a hard.
No, I think
track?
it connects from the beard to the drapes.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, probably.
I think Joao is more like a welcome to the jungle.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Look at this. Look
My
at this.
man.
Look at this husky
Look
man.
at this.
It's like a real man, not in this bus.
I like him already, guys. We got another manly man entering the sport.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Joao,
Yeah.
before we continue, there's a super chat question.
Ooh.
Yeah.
from Romero Salvador.
And Paco, what is a super chat?
A
I've
super
never heard
chat.
of this.
Okay, so for those who are new here, super chat is this way where you can totally interrupt the show by donating money, by literally throwing money at us
Right.
like cheap sluts
Oh,
Oh,
that,
God,
that we
come
are. And
Paco.
you throw money at us, and we do things for you. Like in this case, what we do is we ask a question.
Yeah, so if you're a live listener on YouTube, you can do a super chat, and we will make sure to get to your question. We still answer questions at the end of the show, but there's no guarantee we're going to get to them on Instagram or Facebook. If you want to guarantee your question gets heard, go to the live show if you can catch it, and go to YouTube, do a super chat. And without further ado,
since Corey interrupted, let's just use that interruption to ask
Let's do it.
Romero Salvador.
About this.
Is asking, Joao, are you bringing Brazilian umbrella girls with you? If no, I hope you won't never cure from that Mexican hangover. So,
Yeah, it's like my wife didn't allow me to bring the Brazilian girls. with
Oh,
me, so-
come on.
Not
Wait,
a-
is she going to be your umbrella girl then? Because if you can't, that's the rules. If you don't step up, then you have to do it.
Yeah, I think so.
no meninas?
No, meninas.
Gostosas.
No,
What is it? Goat Stoza.
Muitas meninas gostosas in Brazil.
Yeah, there you go.
Goat dozer?
No, goat Stoza is like a tostada, Sam, but they use goat cheese.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Brazilian
so-
girls are the best.
So I ended up walking in at the perfect time because you guys were talking about the livery, which I think all of us are excited to see.
Oh, we
And
were
then
way
you-
past that.
Sam, let me finish, okay?
Oh.
Before we really interrupt, okay? Okay, Sammy. And then
Pessoal do Brasil, beleza?
Beleza.
Beleza.
They are asking me to speak in Portuguese, so I just say hello.
Awesome. Maybe Sam, can you repeat what he said so you can say hello to all Brazilians out there too?
Valley Fever to you too, my friends.
So my question is for you, Joel. You're
Hey.
obviously making a big jump into Formula Drift, and you're bringing the first ever Z06
C7.
C7 Corvette. What do you think it's going to be like as far as developing this chassis? You know, I noticed you're making changes to the front knuckles and stuff like that, but what are you doing as far as angle kits and developing this car to be competitive?
Yeah, it's like we'll figure out tomorrow. I never drove this car. But it really, I already told you this, I think that any kind of car can be competitive for drifts. I think that is like fine adjustments, takes time, but you can be close to the guys in just like a few weeks of work.
So what are some big changes you've done to the car? I know Sam kind of already asked this, but like what are some noticeable changes that that you guys are going to be testing on this thing?
I think like the biggest change will be the suspensions from Part Shop Max.
Okay.
That they are like adapting from C6 to C7, make some stuff like this. And this is almost like a stock car from showroom to the track. Not a big changes in the engine, in the chassis, anything like that. And just add melt injection to the engine to keep cooler, nitros in the radiators also to keep cooler, but not a big changes.
How much power do you think you're going to be making?
Around 700, 650 in wheels.
And what were you making in your Mustang?
715 wheels.
Okay. And how is this different? Obviously, is weight going to be a big factor? And have you done anything to the drivetrain? Because I noticed HGK has a very specific drivetrain for like the Corvettes, like what Matt Field runs. And I noticed you've been spending a lot of time at the Drift Cave. But what are you guys doing as far as the drivetrain? Is it all factory equipment?
Sorry, I didn't know about that. If you could repeat, sometimes my English is not the best.
Oh, it's okay. Mine's not very good either.
Corey mumbles a lot, and he's got a bunch of food in his mouth, so
He's
you gotta
eating all the time.
Yeah.
Corey, you want to repeat that or?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, as far as the transmission, drive shaft, differential, axles, did you upgrade at all?
Just the differential. We installed some torsion differential, and we need to see how it will work out. I never drove a torsion differential before, but the gearbox, the clutch, they are everything in the stock.
Okay. Well, I guess that's the nice thing about having a factory car that's already built pretty aggressively from the factory, is that you don't have to change much.
Yeah, it's because of that I decided to go to the Corvette, because I knew that I will not need to make so many changes. Because if I need to do so many changes, I will not be ready in time. So,
all right, I'm gonna try to read a YouTube comment, and I think it's Portuguese, and it's from Felipe Iroque, and he goes, "Hey, Joao, traz os gringos pra andar de Chevette, pan."
That's really good.
yeah, it's a car that we have in Brazil, Chevette. Actually, I may say that it would be a really, really competitive car because that's crazy light. It's like, I don't know, like less than 2,000 libras. It's really, really light.
For those who don't know, the Chevette will be the equivalent, the Chevrolet equivalent of a Ford Pinto.
Yeah.
So
let me see. I'm gonna try to read another one, but I want Sam to translate what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see if I can find another question in Portuguese, because they're rolling in.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. This is from Claudio Henrique. No fala Portuguese, parce o Jamir, or falando KKKKKK.
oh, Corey, that's a little too many Ks.
Yeah.
Sam, what does it mean?
It might be a little bit rusty here, but I believe it was, do you prefer the musical stylings of Jamiroquai or TLC? Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls, I imagine is what he's referring to.
Nailed
the Jamiroquai song, potentially be Virtual Insanity, or what's the other one?
The
that he
Space
does, Corey?
Cowboy.
Eu acho que eles não estão entendendo nada dos comentários em português. O Google Tradutor deles não tá funcionando, viu?
I couldn't have said any better.
No, that's not how the song goes.
Bless you.
That's completely incorrect.
Yeah. Wrong answer.
Go ahead, Sam. You hit it.
I was gonna say we got another up and coming quick super chat here. R. Lopez says, Joao, can you tell us why you chose Formula Derp as the handle for your Instagram account?
That's a great question.
Great question, RR.
Yeah, I don't have an idea. Actually,
Yeah,
I
me neither.
just yeah.
Do you know what Formula Derp is?
Yeah, I know that like 1 week ago some guys showed me that, but I even don't follow and don't see. I don't have.
He used to say a lot more poo poo about drivers, but then he chilled out a bit. I haven't checked in a while.
Right, me neither.
You better say nice stuff about Joao, or he's gonna be fucking busted.
Joao, what are you looking forward to most competing this year? What are you looking forward to by driving in Formula Drift?
It's like I know that it will be a year for me to learn. It's completely different. I race with 2, 4, 5 tires in Brazil, like really small tires. Everything will be crazy different. So I just want to be like in top 16 and learning during this year to be more competitive next year.
So you're obviously looking to do a multiple year. This is not a one and done.
No way.
Yeah.
No, looking for the future.
I mean, I feel like Corey, when most people come to the series, they kind of just hope to burn out pretty fast.
It's called the shooting star effect, Sam, and that's the approach that I come in. And
that's a trajectory.
And then near the end of it, you just kind of fizzle out and just fall into the atmosphere. That's a little tiny burnt up meatball.
Start a podcast, put on 100 pounds, whatever.
You know, sometimes you just got to bulk up to sweeten the pie a little bit. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes the pie is a little bit sour, and you got to add a little sweet to that sour. You become a big...
Did you guys ask Joao on how he chose or why he chose the Corvette and
how he chose the Corvette? Your English is as good as his.
Super chat, so it's messing me up.
I mean we did. Yeah, it's the best car. I'm more curious about the scene in Brazil. We talked a little bit about the drift scene there, but what's special about that scene and where you came up in drifting? Tell me about like the cars, the drivers, the style.
It's like I really think that we have some good drivers in Brazil. And in my first year of drift, I went to FIA Drift Championship in Tokyo with like 1 year of drift. And we were kind of competitive, being in top 16 both days, qualifying in front of some Formula Drift drivers. I think that we even qualified in front of Matt Field and Old in the first run.
Yeah, fuck you, Matt Field. That's what Joel said.
You know what that means?
It's not. It's like, so I thought that we really have space to come here to US. Drifting Brazil is much more harder than US because we don't have the parts of the cars. We need to make everything by our own. It's like my Mustang, we built that at home with Fernando and the guys that work with me. All these guys are coming to US with me. All my team will come from Brazil. And I really think that it's a good scenario, a good future for Brazilian drift.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know, Corey, Paco, you guys are better historians than I. Have we seen a driver in FD from Brazil before?
I haven't.
I think that it will be the first one.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Joao do Brasil.
You know what that means? There's going to be a Brazilian flag.
Yeah, I was going to say they got to add another flag on the grandstands. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I can't wait to see what you bring to the sport from your country.
Do you know what I want to know, Sam, about Joao? Is what is the difficulties of competing outside of your country? Obviously, when you're back home in Brazil, you
say it better, Corey.
No, I'm trying to catch on. Did I say it correct? Brazil.
Brazil.
Vamos,
Brasil.
Mama, Brazil.
How obviously when you're back home, you have a bunch of resources. You have obviously tons of support. You have your own shops, your own tools. How difficult is it coming to the USA with just your crew and a few things? How difficult is it to prep for the biggest drifting series in the world?
It's like it will be impossible and crazy difficult without Matt Field and his team. They really helped us a lot. It's like we are working in his workshop. They are helping us with everything about the parts of the car, about the contacts that we need. It's like we'll test the car tomorrow. Show that is a guy that works with methane field, that arranges everything, the truck and transportation and everything to us. So it's like you really need to have somebody in the country that will compete to help you, because if you don't have that, it would be crazy difficult.
Yeah, I can't believe how much Matt Field is taking on. I think he's on like his 4th car that he's helping out / build, and the dude has expanded his team greatly in the past year. It's nuts.
Mm.
Is that
Sorry.
correct?
No, sorry, I didn't what.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no.
Oh
Yeah,
no, I was just stating that it's crazy how much Matt Field seems to be dipping his little field fingers in every little pot he can, as you know, Corey can attest to. That guy's got his hands all over the place.
Yeah.
but they are like a really good team, really good guys, so everything works fine for them.
And have you spent time in America previous to this, or is this your first real time spent here?
No, I studied here like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I did some. I studied in Boston and Harvard University in business.
Mhm.
My English was really better than it is now. It's like
Wait, it was way better?
Yeah, it was. It's like I just stayed like for 10 years without speaking English, so I forgot
nice.
many words and stuff.
So, hey, you posted a picture on your Instagram a little bit ago linking up. You're talking to people at Bridges Racing, you know, Brian Bridges and Dean Kearney. Were you in the works with something with those guys?
We are talking a lot. Like they also run with Achilles tires. They are nice people. Were helping me with some stuff about transportation, figure out how it works here in US, what to do.
So, are you going to be partnering up with them at all as far as transportation, or do you have your own truck and trailer?
No, I will have my own truck and trailer. It's like I will bring all my team from Brazil to here. So everybody that it will be my team is from Brazil.
Nice. And you know, that's another thing, talking about the struggles from coming from Brazil and operating your Formula Drift team. During the season, are you planning on going back home at all, or are you going to stay in the United States for the remainder of the year?
No, I will come here just for the races and back to Brazil. I will stay racing Brazil too. Man of stuff to do there, so we'll probably just come here like in the week of the races.
What do you do for a living over there in Brazil?
It's like I was a businessman. I still have like some companies, but I'm really dedicating to drift. Since the last year, almost full-time drift.
Oh, nice.
Not like full-time drifting, but working with stuff for drift, being in some meetings, presentations, make some lectures, being with my sponsors, this kind of stuff.
Awesome.
Can you tell Matt Field to get the fuck off that moped real quick?
Yeah.
You can yell at him and just say it's Sam. He'll understand. What Formula Drift track are you most excited to drive on?
Really, all the tracks will be crazy different for me. We don't have so much tracks with bumpers in Brazil, so Long Beach will be crazy.
Yeah, good thing you're starting out with the one with the most walls.
Yeah, I don't mind about walls.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of that. I like the walls.
Yeah.
But I think that all the tracks here will be crazy different for me. More speed, like Orlando with that long corners, bank during all the corners. So just let's see how it will work out.
Have you practiced on simulator? Have you been studying the tracks at all, or just?
No, I don't know how to play simulators.
All right, that's my style. You're just gonna raw dog it. Sweet. All right.
Yeah, I tried many times and it's like just impossible for me to drive there. I don't know why.
Yeah, man, just wing it.
Yeah, but I'm always watching many races from
Yeah.
the previous years and stuff.
Very cool.
Have you ever been to an FD event before?
Yes, in Long Beach last year.
Oh, good. Okay,
It
cool.
was the only events that I have been.
Oh, so you saw the other sheriff's barbecue,
The other what?
the other sheriff car getting on
yeah,
fire.
Yeah, I was there.
You were there.
Paco was making a bad pun. He said barbecue, like barbecue.
yeah. Now I got. I took some time to understand, but yeah.
Yeah. The best jokes are explained.
Yeah,
I've always heard. So
it makes for
what do you
good content.
so Federico, as we all know, is a very violent man, not very friendly.
Yeah.
He yells a lot. What are you gonna do if he grabs you by the shirt when he sees you in Long Beach? It's like, I'm the only sheriff in town. What are you gonna say?
There can be only one sheriff in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure out who will be the sheriff. But I usually kill people, so.
Whoa!
Oh,
Good.
calling out.
That
Well,
Okay.
we are looking for people to replace Kristaps, so I think we may have a decent replacement if that's what he.
a new strong guy, new
New
murderer.
strong man, yeah, new murderer of the series.
Do you have a backup nickname if Federico brings the Italian mafia?
No.
No backup nickname. All right, so
No,
I guess the sheriff showdown will go down and
Wouldn't it be crazy if you and Fede get to be on the very first your first battle at Long Beach, top 32 would be the duel of the sheriffs.
Sheriffs, yeah.
And you know, like
it would be nice.
how Long Beach is like a long aisle, you know, like pretty
Yeah,
much.
everybody.
I can't wait for the.
well, if one of them is facing backwards down the long straight, there's going to be a problem. Unless
Yeah.
it's like a backwards entry, then that's great. But I'm just curious to see who's going to get moidled. You know, it's going to be a tough standoff. I mean, I guess it is kind of up to Jared to see what he comes up with.
Well,
I mean,
the
I'm
other
all
thing
down.
too, Sam, is Fede's at least 6'5", 6'6". He's a
I don't know
massive
if you've ever
man.
seen Federico. He's 6'6". He's ripped to the core. He
Uh-huh.
actually has laser cannons mounted to his shoulders. It's pretty
Oh,
crazy.
it's unreal.
That's by the way, that's 2 meters and 25 centimeters. 225.
With
So
math.
he's grandissimo.
Paco with a metric.
Yeah. And mucho forte.
Muito forte.
Muito forte.
Muerto parte.
Muito forte, that's right.
Good
too,
job,
Paco.
Corey.
Repeat with me. Eu tenho pinto pequeno.
El pinto pequeno.
Yeah.
Little penis?
Yeah.
Wait, why would you tell the
That
world?
would be my drift name, Pete Pequeño.
All right.
Next on stage is Pente
No.
Pequeño.
Yeah, I'm just teaching Paco to say this.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, Paco
Well,
didn't know
the
how to
next
say
time
that
we go to
before.
Brazil to announce, we'll make sure to mention the sheriff said, everybody, Pente Pequeño.
He told us that he, yeah.
I feel like Paco has to say that a lot, pretty often. Like, lo siento, pinque pequeño.
I mean, every time I go to Brazil, Sam, yeah.
Wait, isn't that just Spanish or no?
No, Portuguese and Spanish are very different. I mean, it's easier to understand, but yeah, it's still completely different language.
So, how do you say dinger in Portuguese, and how do you say it in Spanish?
Pito.
Pito is which one?
I think it works on both, right? Sheriff?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So you just told me that it's very different. Then you just told me it's the same word. You guys.
No, many words are similar.
Yeah,
So
many words
can
are
I go by Papapito?
It's like when they speak fast in Spanish, we cannot understand, but if they
Right.
speak slow, it's similar.
So how would you say Corey is a big fat slob in Portuguese? Just for a science, I just want to hear. Just for science.
Ele é uma baleia gorda.
Oh, man, now I want to kiss him. It sounded
that-
very sexual.
That was
That's pretty harsh. I wouldn't
was,
say that about Corey. Well, first of all, Corey's pretty sensitive about his weight, and he's been trying
am.
hard. So I'd appreciate it if you would just show a little more respect on our show.
Please.
Thank you for
Please.
thank you for
Thanks,
coming
Sam.
on though. And then Paco, how would you say? How would
Ballena.
you say that?
Cory gordo hijo de puta.
I feel like you said something else there, but I can't verify it. So
I said Corey Gordo Chalupa, which means I love
yeah,
big
that's
taco.
exactly what I said.
yeah, I love chalupas too. Do you have Taco Bell in Brazil?
No, we don't.
Doesn't sound like a real country then. I don't know. Whatever. So Federico is a friend of the show, and he cooked us spaghetti last year. What do you plan on cooking us this year?
Barbecue.
Barbecue. So you do know what
Brazilian
barbecue is. Why did you act like you didn't know what barbecue was when Paco said
What?
barbecue?
Brazilian swords, steak.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had
Churrasco brasileiro.
Yeah,
So we have a restaurant.
churrasco.
yeah.
We do at track. If you guys will be in Long Beach, you guys can go to our tents and eat some barbecue with us.
That's all I was trying to get you to say.
Perfect.
Now we can all be chill. There's actually a Brazilian place in Phoenix called Fogo De Joao.
Yes,
And
it's
they
really
have-
good one.
You spend like $50, but then they feed you meat nonstop until you don't feel so good.
Sam, I'll feed you all my meat for $50 nonstop.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of meats do you have?
I only have one, and it's called a hot dog smothered in underwear.
Like a
Little 2-inch cocktail sauce.
cocktail
I'll
hot
take it.
dog.
I mean, I feel like it will leave something to be desired. I'll still be.
Okay, so you've been spoiled by this Brazilian barbecue. What do you eat here in the United States, and how delicious is it?
It's like I love hamburgers, so I love hamburgers and burritos. It's almost all the days I love or hamburgers or burritos.
Are you an In-N-Out fan? What do you hit? What's your hamburger choice?
It's just like a hamburger with cheese and bacon.
But you've done In-N-Out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's my favorite hamburger.
I don't like their French fries, so
yeah, they're always burned.
Some people, I like well done French fries. It's a give or take thing. And then you obviously like Taco Bell burritos.
yeah, I love that.
There you
Oh
go.
my God, this is my guy right
My
here.
man.
Unofficial.
My
Very
man.
unofficial.
Sam, the thing is nutrition is finally getting on point. After eating the food from Brazil,
Mhm.
he comes out here and eats the real nutrient-filled burritos.
I don't think we ever got to address it, but Chelsea DeNova posted that Taco Bell livery that someone made, and then he said, "Oh, check out this cool joke livery. Too bad I don't like Taco Bell." And I wanted to fucking kill him. It was the stupidest thing he's ever said.
Yeah.
He says a bunch of stupid shit all the time. True. No, but he said he doesn't like Taco Bell, and I just want to throw it out there at all the Taco Bell marketing reps watching the show right now. We like Taco Bell.
And associated partners of Taco Bell.
And associate partners of Taco Bell, Mountain Dew, Baja Blast. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We will
Yeah, I
buy
like Taco Bell. If Taco Bell wants to send me some burritos.
Yeah,
There you
send him
go.
some burritos. Send
Welcome-
us some burritos.
Welcome to America.
Let us pimp your brand. I'll do that livery on my car. Corey will do the livery. Paco obviously will do it on all 15 of his cars. I just want them to know. Can we change that? Can we change that background behind us to a cheesy gordita crunch? Let's really let the world know that we're ready for the next level of sponsorship. Corey, I don't know if you heard earlier in the show, Gridlife is now an official partner of the show.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, they're old news. I'm not interested in Gridlife anymore. I want to know about Taco Bell. I want to know what they have to offer. That's what we do with sponsors.
Well, the thing is, people don't realize, Sam, is to operate the show is about $670,000 an episode.
Mm-hmm.
So
That also
Gridlife-
equates to about 14 $5 big box meals
Right.
with Doritos crust. So if you could just send that over, that's cool.
Yeah, so Gridlife, was able to run up about $1.2 million to cover the first two shows. So we need a little bit more funding to cover that. I know it's expensive, Sheriff. It's expensive to operate this podcast, but you know what I mean?
We're going to send the invoice to you right after we get off the phone. So we appreciate your support.
Sure, but my email is not working, so.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
So wait, are you at Matt Field's shop right now?
No, I am in the parking lot of the hotel.
Okay. And where are you guys going to be testing tomorrow?
It's a secret, Sam.
No, I'm just trying to remember the name of the track. It's
Is it called Holiday Inn Parking Lot?
yeah, maybe.
Can you?
What track are you testing at tomorrow?
He can't remember that.
It's like 1 hour from San Francisco. I'm just trying to remember the name. It's
There's Laguna
Something
Seca,
like 99 Speedway.
9 acres, 99
Red,
monkeys,
red
99
balloons.
barrel of monkeys. There's what's Farouk's? There's Sonoma. That's not that close.
There's that they have that airport.
No, it's not
Mm.
airport. It's like a small truck, like in Noval.
Racetrack San Francisco.
Good job. Sam.
Lucha Libre Racing.
We are in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara. Yeah, I don't think there's any racetracks over there.
Look for Santa Clara racetrack. It's
Santa Clara.
Well, everybody
Race.
who's listening, go stalk Joao at your nearest racetrack in Santa Clara. I'm sure he's gonna love it.
I don't know. I can't find it.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. So I guess they're never gonna find you, which is probably the best. And what?
Stockton 99.
Stockton 99.
yeah.
right.
the
Oh,
one-
thanks, Kano.
The Stockton 99.
Kyle Cross with the come through.
Kyle
Yes.
Cross, you my
The
friend.
Stockton
And
99.
Graham.
Oh, there's the address in case you want to follow him. And what?
This is my guy from Brazil. Hey, Eric, say hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah. So tell us about your crew. Are they your buddies growing up? Are they some people you met once you started drifting? What's their background?
No, it's like they work with rot rods.
Mhm.
So they helped me to build the 65 Mustang. And since there, we became like really close friends, and they started to learn about drifts. So we are just in drifts together, making everything happen.
Sweet.
So I'm looking at Stockton 99 right now, and I've never seen this racetrack before, but it looks like a miniature version of OSW Florida, where it's a shallow bank that goes to a small infield. It's not a filled infield, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be a bank track for sure.
Yeah, it's like we just need to test the mechanical parts of the car, not the suspension and this stuff yet. Now we just want to make sure that all mechanical stuffs are working well.
Very
I
good.
just want to give a quick shout out to Ryan Literal, who's in the chat. He says that he's got a little Pito Pequeño and he wants everyone to know about it. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you telling us ahead of time.
Wow. Hey,
Go
Joao.
ahead.
So, how do you got in touch or partnered with Monster Energy, like Monster, like big in Brazil, and just working with them? And how does that work when you're coming to the States? Are you bringing Monster with you? Is that something that like Monster USA and Monster Brazil, different companies? How that works?
No, Monster is like a really big company in Brazil.
Monstro.
Really, when I started drifting, a guy from like Red Bull approached me in Brazil, and I said that I will not talk with any other brands because I want Monster.
Oh.
Not just because of the brand, it's like the way that guys from Monster work. They are completely different. They are really nice. The drivers talk with each other. It's like when I have been to Japan, Daigo helped me there. So it's really a really nice brand to work with. And once you are there, it's like I am a Monster driver, so it doesn't matter if I drive in US or in Brazil. It's like having the brand in the car is other thing. I don't know if you have or not, but I am a Monster driver. If I'm here in Brazil or in US, doesn't matter.
So you're trying to say that you're not taking food out of baby Gunnar Gitten's mouth by coming into Formula Drift also as a Monster driver?
No.
All right. Well, we'll see how well fed he is over the next year, and if I swear the baby goes hungry because you have to wear your cowboy hat with a Monster logo. Well, what's with the cowboy hat? Have you always been a rancher, or is it the sun really bright in your car at night there?
No, it's like I think that a sheriff can because of this.
Mhm.
It's like I grow in a place with farmers. Uh, when I was not a racing anymore, I have too many rodeos. How to say in English?
No, that's right.
Yeah, too many rodeos. I have a friends that have some bulls, and we're always there. I love guns, and when I started to drift, if somebody just called me sheriff because of the hats and the
Awesome.
guns, and I become the sheriff.
Yeah, so you often shot out the window while you were driving, just doing some Yosemite Sam sheriff stuff. And I'm sure that's probably why you came to America, because obviously we are good at guns here too. How many guns have you purchased since you've been in America on this trip?
Actually, I think that I'm not allowed to buy some guns here, so
Oh, that's a bummer. Can we change those laws, Paco? Would you mind?
yeah.
Excuse me?
Do you mind if we get some guns for you guys?
Yeah, let's I want let's say
Corey, what kind of guns do you have?
Other than the two that are attached to my body, Sam,
boom.
I have a few pistoles
Mm-hmm.
and some ARs.
What kind of mods?
What kind of mods? I have a Trigicon red dot sight. I have a flashlight attached to the front of one.
Flashlight.
Just a bunch of good attachments that you'll need in the middle of the night.
Nice.
For sure.
Yeah,
I
all
just
the good
have,
stuff.
I just have my huh?
Paco, I got a question for
yeah.
him. Who are you looking forward to drive with the most?
For me,
Yeah,
who?
yeah. What's some drivers that you're looking forward to compete against?
It's like Mattenfield. I love his style, going to the limits every time, crashing. James Dean, it's crazy how consistent this guy can be. It's like all the runs, he's really consistent. But it's hard to say. It's like a lot of many good drivers, different styles.
Yeah, I think there was somebody was asking like your style. How do you compare your style against the American Formula Drift style? Like, what do you think you're gonna have to do to adjust to U.S. style of drifting?
Yeah, it's like first of all, I will need to adjust myself to the cars here, the size of tires and these stuffs. But here in US, I really think that you need to be aggressive. You need to go to the limits every time. You cannot mind about crash. You need to go to the limits. Sometimes crash the walls and don't mind about that.
Speaking
like
of
that.
pushing it to the limit, do you have a theme song? What's your what's your intro music when you come out? What music would play?
Good question. You can play some Anita song. Funky.
I need it. Frankie.
Funky.
Funky. Something funky.
Yeah.
Like Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai, Space Cowboy.
Yeah. There you go.
This is the return.
Yeah,
the
I
Space
love the
Cowboy.
rocks, but
Hold on, let Paco finish the rest of his song. Sorry.
God
Sorry to
damn
interrupt.
it, Sam.
Paco,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah,
Paco, finish the song.
Go ahead.
This is the return of the Space Cowboy. He comes from Brazil. His name's Joao. He drifts a Corvette C7 Z06. Yeah, no.
No.
No,
C06.
there's a
I
couple
think-
more verses.
There is.
I think
Yeah.
that it should change for a rock would
Damn
be
it.
better. Rock or blue.
Yeah, rock and roll. Okay, sorry. Paco, can you change that to rock and roll?
All right.
Can you slip a dinger in there as well?
My name's Joao. I'm coming from Brazil. I'm gonna drink my
All right,
Corvette.
let's stop that.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and stop that.
Well,
Looks like,
I was going with
looks like,
Sepultura, the
looks
Brazil.
like a speaker is cut out.
Oh.
That's so weird.
Okay, sorry. All right, back to you. Back to you, Joao.
And
Yeah.
you mentioned those are the drivers you want to hopefully pair up with this year, but who was your big inspiration in the sport? Like when you first heard of drifting, who were the big names that stood out to you that you wanted to aspire to be?
Really was, I think, Daigo Saito and Matt Fields are both guys that I'm really inspired by. Matt Fields, not just because of his style drive, but the kind of guy that he is. And Daigo, I really love his style of drive. I already drove with Daigo. It's really nice.
Yeah. Do you guys have any more questions before we hit some Instagrammers?
Well, I mean, when I just kind of like was wondering. So when you're bringing Monster from Brazil here in the States, do American Monster also gets in touch with you and work something out with you, or is this a strictly Monster from Brazil?
No, it's like Monster is just one company. It doesn't matter where in the world. But my base is in Brazil, but it's the same company.
So they still
talk with each other.
They still support you here. Like you will have like Monster Energy Girls, Monster drinks at your pits, the whole 9 yards.
I don't know yet. So I have some other brands that will start with me this year in US. So it's still figuring out.
Nice.
That's a problem. That's a common problem that we see international drivers face. Might be one of the reasons why like Kristaps isn't coming and other stuff is just a lot of their home sponsors don't support them in another country and vice versa. So it can be a challenge for international drivers. But we're happy to see that you've got the support it takes to get another international driver into the field.
Yeah.
Corey, you got any more for him?
No, I'm just ready to hit the grammars, dude.
Akko, you good?
Yeah, let's check out the grams.
Cool. And Super Chat's still open. Facebook, feel free to chime in if you guys have one.
I got one. I'm going to start this off. All right, this is from Cole Tire Slayer Hamilton. This is for Joal. If you couldn't be a professional drifter, what would your stripper name be?
Very good trick. Call.
I don't know, something related to cowboy.
I'd say
nome de stripper, mano. Fala o nome.
I'd say Cowboy.
I'd call him the Rusty Cowboy.
The Rusty Cowboy.
Yep.
What about the Rusty Spur?
That would do it.
Yeah, that actually sounds
the
pretty
Rusty
legit.
Trombone. I know where we're going with this, Sam.
I'd say the
Brazilian beef.
Yeah, the Brazilian beef. I'd say the root and
Picanha.
Picanha.
The root and
Papa Picanha.
Churrasco.
Shooter.
Capitán Churrasco.
All right, we got another one. A lot of the guys are saying, I want to call it some of the names here. Richard Dinger, Hot Dog, Flinger said it. Who else said it? A couple guys are saying that, it's the aluminum frame on the Corvette Z06 is difficult to weld on. How did you get around that, or what have you done to weld a cage to that frame?
It's like impossible to weld in the aluminum. So you need to make some bolts and use the bolts to the roll cage.
Was that already Form of the Drift legal, or did you have to talk to those guys and have them?
No, that's already because all the cars made by aluminum is like this.
Mm-hmm.
You need to make like a special joint and all these stuffs that Matt already knew how to do. So Matt did my roll cage.
Yeah, I think that was the same thing that HGK's Corvette back in the day had to do to get that Corvette legal.
Yeah, I forgot that was a Z06.
Yeah, they make boxes around the frame, metal boxes that they're bolted on. So there's no way that box can be separated, but it's also bolted in place.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was gonna say I have a question here, but
Mm-hmm.
from Macho Man Randy Sanchez, longtime listener, first time caller. He's asking, why not the C4 Corvette?
Very good question.
Yeah, it's like it was a kind of my project, but not enough time for that.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, I would love to bring it. Like when I started to talk about coming to Farm Drift, I was talking about bringing my my Maverick or make some old Corvette here. But it would be crazy, not enough time, maybe for the future.
Nice.
Yeah. Got a
Uh-huh.
one from Julian Simmons in the chat. Says, when getting into drifting, what was the hardest hurdle you've had to overcome? And what do you think will be your biggest challenge running in the US?
The biggest challenge in the drift, it's hard to say. It's like a lot of challenge is completely different from other stuffs, but gets like close in the battles. It's crazy how the guys here in US get close during all the lap. So I started to learn that it was not so easy. I crashed many cars in my friends, and but I think that the biggest challenge for me here in US will be probably the speed because of the size of the tires that are really bigger than in Brazil.
What size Achilles are you running?
Probably 285 or 295. Next week we'll figure out.
Yeah. And before you hit that super chat question, Paco, I'm going to answer one. Looks like it's in Portuguese from Fogo 2. He says, "Foi probably muito louca a fim de se envolver tem 70 años o que vai acontecer."
Wow.
Did I get it? All right, Paco, do you want to try?
I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to find it.
Just underneath the super chat, Foku 2.
Fu probable muito louca verm desenvolvendo tem 70 anos o que vai acontecer. Nope.
Nope. Okay, esse gringo ate que fala português.
Nope.
No idea.
All right, then
Move
Paul
on.
Velichka, one of our favorite super chatters here. Joao, do you think Johnny Walker can beat John Jones?
Johnny Walker.
Is he talking about whiskey?
Probably.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about a UFC fighter. Up-and-coming
UFC.
fighter.
Okay.
He's from Brazil.
Corey, what do you think?
Yeah,
You've been doing a lot of MMA.
Yeah, I already left a message on there, and I have a strong belief that Johnny Walker can definitely defeat John Bones Jones.
Corey, why is it that you've been getting into professional fighting lately? Are you trying to prove a point? Are you trying to be a strong guy?
No, when I just see you, I want to be able to knock your little dinger off your body with one swift punch.
Well, good fucking luck, because I'm gonna choke you out and headlock you. I'm gonna do a pile driver.
Hey, Joao,
There's
people
no
in
guys,
Brazil.
It's just easier to use the gun. You
Yeah,
don't need
thanks,
to
buddy.
learn.
Yeah.
That's true.
Are people this violent in Brazil?
Not like me, buddy.
Hey.
God, I love where this is going. All right, so we're gonna eat Brazilian barbecue. We're gonna talk about guns and UFC.
Have you ever heard anyone named Andy Yen?
How?
Okay, so he's never heard of Andy Yen. This could be a big problem. Andy Yen, he's got the biggest guns in Formula Drift, and he shoots them off all day. And if you get in his crosshair, you're done.
Yeah.
So what I recommend is taking him out before you even get there. Because if you take out Andy Yen, then
You're pretty
you're
much
not gonna have any
I
problems.
would be fucking yeah.
Okay, so
It's a trap.
set up. Actually, he should go out with Mike Kojima. Mike Kojima. He's a total tactical daddy.
Yeah, Dai's car builder is big into night vision and guns and karate. Just like Corey. Do you see any other good questions on here?
I had one right here.
I can't wait till the last. We're doing like the last bits of the show, the last line. You're just gonna do like a I want to also thank my other sponsors. And he's gonna have this rich man voice.
Perfect voice.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, you got one more for our dearest friend from Brazil.
From 666 Drifter. That's pretty metal, bro.
Yeah.
Can you bring up the Mustang up and drive it up with us after FD Seattle?
You added 3 ups to that, or 2 different ups, Paco. That's not what it said. But
He says,
can you bring
the Mustang up?
But it would be nice, but it's crazy expensive to bring the cars from Brazil to US. So, not at this time.
Next time.
A popular move for a lot of drivers these days is to build a practice car. Do you plan to build like a practice Corvette for back home for the off season so you can be more successful here, or what's your plan with that? Nope.
No, it's like actually I'm not having so much time to practice, but I got a Camaro, and probably I use that to practice.
Same thing as a Corvette, pretty much. At least all Camaro
Yeah,
owners seem
the
to
same
drive
brand.
like that. Awesome.
I have a
Paco.
question from the Brazilian Yogurt Slinger.
Okay.
He's asking, what are your thoughts on the electric Camaro that's going to be debuting at Formula Drift Long Beach?
I would love to drive an electric drift car, but I think that it will not be powerful enough. It's still far from what should be, because it will be just one engine like in the center with 400 horsepower, probably a lot of torque, but I think that it may need a lot of developments and improvements to be competitive.
Fair enough.
All right.
enough.
And then just because chat won't fucking let it go, there's some ruthless dudes. They are demanding their favorite game. Final question is a little game they like to call Fuck, Marry, Kill. Have you heard of that game?
No.
Do they have that?
Aha,
What you have
welcome.
to choose is out of 3 people, you have to choose who you'd like to make sweet love to, who
Yeah.
you would like to marry and spend the
Yep.
rest of your life with, and who you'd like to murder on the spot.
Yep.
And those 3 people are Paco, myself, and Corey.
Well, can I kill myself?
Yeah, all right, game over.
That's the first one. Good.
I will accept
Well,
that.
you heard it here first, Kyle, Tony, Julian, everyone. So we're so sorry that that he killed himself, and that's a good example of how to play Fuck, Marry, Kill. That's
Yep, just take the one bullet they used to tag Sam and just use it on ourselves.
yeah. Usually I got that bullet, but you've spared me today. I appreciate that, and I'm free to fuck Corey and marry Paco. So. To be honest, I feel like Corey's got enough folds to pleasure me, and then Paco is a pleaser. He needs it if he's going to
Yep.
stay in this country. So I'm
That's right.
hoping to.
And I know how to clean.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Before your voice disappears entirely, anyone you want to thank or any shout outs you want to give before we let you get back to it?
Yeah, thank you guys for inviting me to be here. Thank you, all my sponsors. Thank you, Monster, Achilles, Marcon, Japro, Nando. Thank you, all my guys from Brazil, WG40, but especially my family and my guys from Brazil, because we are all together in this project. They come to here when we start to talk about coming to Formula Drift. My guys from Brazil just told me, okay, what do you want? We'll do together. We'll be there together. We'll make it happen together.
Nice.
So I just need to thank these guys.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to see what you can bring to the sport. And we're already very excited to have a new country in Formula Drift. And we will see you in just a few short weeks in Long Beach.
Thank you, guys. See you there.
Later, man.
That's it.
Have a good one, Joao. Thanks for coming.
You guys too.
Ciao, Jow.
Ciao, ciao.
Good job.
There we go. And the car looks so cool on the photos that he's been posting.
Yeah, Corey, you saw on Instagram he's got the slidey window thing that peeps do.
Yeah.
Ciao, hang up so we can talk shit to you about you. There you go.
There you go.
I'm afraid to talk any shit about him because he
Let's say
is
he's
already
done.
planning to murder people, and he says he's gonna murder Fede. Thankfully, Fede has a bunch of mob connections. So it's gonna be a showdown.
I think it's gonna be the I would like to see like a drift against another car, like drift versus drift, kind of like what do you call it, Brian, when the drives car against each other, like playing chicken. Yeah,
69ing.
That's called playing docking.
That's when you dock cars.
I would
Brian and or Paco, can we get a Cheesy Gordita Crunch background for us? Just
That'll be
because
next episode for sure.
Next episode, we don't have time right now.
No, it's not. It takes quite a process to change
Okay,
it
I don't
live.
know. That's a bummer.
But yeah, we'll
Corey,
change Gordita.
I just
Crunch.
want to welcome you to the show and just do a little. If you don't mind, just meeting me in the middle here. Just
Which way you at?
The other way. Oh my God! I was actually that was very disturbing to watch.
That.
What's wrong? That's what Fede taught us in Italy.
Yep. So he taught us Italian kiss. I can't wait.
And
Josh
And
Robinson.
Josh Robinson showed us
Australian
the
kiss.
Australian kiss. So
I had to see what a Brazilian kiss will be. Corey,
Corey, what's
I
new
can't
with
imagine.
you?
What's new with me? I'm trying to think.
Good story.
I'm trying to think.
mentioned
Trying to
at the
think of
beginning
what
of the
to talk
show.
about.
You got. I'm sure you're usually deeper in the rumor mill than us. We mentioned Travis Reeder was confirmed in the EL1 to play Motorsport. Camaro, we definitely got to get those guys in the show very soon.
Napoleon Motorsports.
We talked about Daigo putting the 2JZ into the A90 Supra. We mentioned our newest, most attractive sponsor boys. Gridlife is now officially on board, and we're going to be doing a drift draft very soon. I don't know if it's next week or the week after, or if it's a special episode, or it'll be a regularly scheduled, but that's going down. What other hot off the press do you got?
Well, I think the Camaro thing has been one that's been lingering actually, and people were really caught off guard by that. And we kind of saw that coming, and we wish we could have been more public about it, but I knew there was some uniqueness behind the story that they had to release it in a very specific way. So we respected that and threw the hints that we could out there. Rumor mill. I think the biggest rumor mills that's going to be coming up is people switching tire manufacturers. I think you'll see a lot of drivers switching tire brands this year, and a lot of big names.
Secret, that'd be super disappointed if you revealed it right now.
If what? Who told me who's moving where or what?
Yeah. Who told you that they're moving and would be really upset if you?
Oh
mentioned...
man, you know what? I would. It's.
Wow.
Couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard. Did it cut out for you, Paco?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be out of the loop. Okay, it's all good. You can keep your secrets. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to be the big news is the tire brand switching. Obviously, things are changing in the sport. I think Falcon's going to be losing some people. I think Nitto's going to be picking up some people. Next one will be picking up some people. Achilles would be losing people and getting some new guys.
Do we have any confirmation from Kristaps?
I would say yes, but not on record.
Confirmed that he's not coming.
I would say yes, he's confirmed that he's not coming, but it's not.
It's bullshit.
Officially put out, but I'm sure we'll get him on the show. I've already talked to him about it, and he's gonna probably put out a press release or something here soon in regards to why he's backing out of Formula Drift. Obviously, he's gonna be competing strongly in Europe. I think he's gonna put a lot of focus there. As you can imagine, the cost to operate near Latvia versus coming to the United States is gonna be significantly different. But I think also too, majority of his HGK customers are a European-based company that purchased the full cars. Obviously, there's a lot of guys in FD now that are running their kits, and they realize that the 2F stuff is not all carbon, and so we'll see what happens.
Not as good as a lot of his stuff.
And you had it on your S14 watt, right, Sam? And then you knocked it all off, and
yep. Actually, funny story. One of my side skirts is lingering in the back of RS, and I got super bummed when I saw that one of Ryan's stupid fuckhead Turks wheels fell on top of it, and it was crushing the side skirt. I didn't mean that, Ryan. I'm so sorry. His wheel fell on top of the side skirt, and it was like creased in half on the ground. And I was like, cool, the side skirt's broken. Then I pulled the wheel off. Not a scratch on it, dude. It was good to go. So
Well, I mean, yeah, when
Well,
you play
we'll add for-
wheel, side skirt, bumper, usually wheel wins.
yeah, so I expected if it was another brand, it could have snapped. But yeah, my 2F stayed hard. One day it may be reunited with my car, maybe not. You've seen Forsberg and Turk's new show, Drift This. Apparently, some of my coilovers, my BC Racing coilovers, were stolen from my car to be on that Drift van, I believe, the UPS van. So that's kind of a bummer for me. He took them off my car.
I'll tell you another thought. I'll tell you another crazy one. It's not really
I
crazy.
just want to say they didn't ask, and I want those back right now, or else I'm going to call the police because that is theft. And I know where you live, Chris. So please put them back.
That's very good. We'll put a wanted sign out. No, do you know another thing is Odie left ATD Wheels, or ATD Wheels and Odie separated, which for you guys that don't know what ATD is, ATD is a large wheel manufacturer, and he's running the Drifts wheel brand, which I don't know what they
Drift Z.
Drift Z wheels.
Drift Z.
And he switched to a new company, but ATD is another large company, so I can imagine that's a little hit out of Odie as far as losing a sponsor like them, because I think they were secondary sponsor or third compared to Falcon and Feel, which is obviously a suspension company. So I saw that and I was like, okay, wow, it's kind of crazy that he lost, or they may have changed programs. I don't want to say lost, but they're not with them this year. Trying to think. There's a lot of stuff going on. This past week, I've been getting hit with a couple different things, and I'm trying to figure out how to release it. But I think a week or two before Long Beach, we'll be getting some more news. But yeah, I'm excited for Reader. I think there's a lot of development there, and I know there's a lot of backbone behind that team. I know there's some other FD people involved in that program too, so I know they're getting good guidance on it.
Yeah, we're going to reach out to one of those guys that will hopefully speak to us about all of that coming up here in a future show. How many weeks till Long Beach? We have only a few left.
I'll tell you right now, 1, 2, 3.5.
So we have 3 shows before Long Beach. That's it.
Yep.
Dang.
Which we will be there for sure.
Yes, we will all 3 be present at the longest beach there is.
What day are you going to get in, Paco?
Thursday.
Corey, do you plan on farting Paco awake on my couch again or not?
That'd be nice. I totally would. No, but I think about hitting the T-Pain concert Thursday night.
What?
Did you ever find that video of you farting Paco awake?
I didn't. I haven't looked yet.
Yeah, we got to find that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, coincidentally, T-Pain was going to be playing a concert out in California that same weekend. So I'm going to bring him out to FD, as well as I'm going to try to hit the T-Pain concert, so I can get down with my boys.
Nice.
Get down with T-Pain.
There it is, Sam. You got it working. Oh, my God. You got it working. I'm so proud of you.
We got what working?
Your auto-tune.
I got it working too, my friend.
Oh, you guys got the analog auto-tune. Corey, what you got?
Let me see. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Here's my auto-tune.
Killer.
Terrible.
Very good. Looks like we're dialed in. There's still a bunch of Brazilians getting hyphy in the YouTube chat. We'll let them keep doing that.
Going wild.
Facebook getting cool. And I don't know much else. We're gonna figure out what's going on next week. What's with that Gridlife Drift Draft. Corey, how pumped are you to have Gridlife on as official show sponsor?
Dude, I am so pumped. As even if, like you said earlier, even if they didn't want to be part of the show, we're going to force them to be a part of the show because we like what they do so much.
Always force them to be a part of the show because we always talk about.
But you know what? Gridlife's allowed us to do a bunch of cool shit. Like, think about this. We were in the Lexor EA Sports Arena announcing to millions of people in the attendance, the audience. 35 million. We crammed 35 million in there.
Numbers, yep. And then they hired Paco and I to do the first Gridlife South, and we just had a little tent and pretty much a boombox we were speaking out of. Last year, the most recent Gridlife South, we were announcing from the Thunderdome to about 55,000 people. That was pretty sick.
Gridlife is supposed to be announcing something really soon, aren't they?
There is a extremely major,
large.
It's going to affect a lot of people in a positive way. Announcement that maybe couldn't have gotten to some of the other events due to any number of reasons. And that's all I'm going to say. There will be some exciting news from those guys and us through us, because now we're all one. We're combining. Chris Stewart's going to cut half of his body in half, and then we're going to cut little bits of our bodies. We're going to put ourselves inside of him. He's going to be inside of us, as it were, and that's all there is to it.
Ew. Okay. Chemistry, physics. Awesome.
And then we also, of course, have to thank our other sponsors, AEM Intakes, our boys, our big boys, AEM, always there, always handsome. If you're trying to suck, make sure to suck with, what was that?
Sorry.
Sam, can you do auto-tune, sing an auto-tune song to them and thank them in a song? Go ahead.
I said, I just want to thank you, AM Intakes, for being there for me and making 5 to 10 extra horsepower that's proven on a dyno, depending on your car make and model.
Wow.
Awesome. Hey, Sam, and when instead of selecting harmony, select magic chords, and think Link ECU with using magic chords. Let's hear it.
All right, just a minute here. Let me just.
Sorry, guys. Corey's taking over the production of the show, so.
Yep.
We also want to thank Link ECU. You guys put electronics in our cars, and then you make them go really far. And that's all I have to say about that.
It sounds like church.
Wow, Sam. Did you hear yourself, Sam?
Nope, I can't.
Let me give an example. Well, if you click on "Hear My Voice," you'll be able to hear.
I know, but then I can't say it because it's.
You should do it that way, because you should do it. You
right.
do it.
Do it. Let's hear your example. Do we have another? Why don't you think our Patreon?
Yeah, I'll thank Patreons.
Yeah.
Dear Sammy, I would love to thank our Patreons. They're the ones that keep the show alive. Keep it alive all night.
And also, we have a new Patreon. Just
what?
joined. Yeah, we have a new patron. Just joined us last week. So let me just give him a special mention. New Patreon. Okay. Where did he go? I had him right here.
Oh, good job, Hug.
Okay.
Fill in for me, please.
What's his name?
No, I'm saying, like, just say something while I.
Okay, we're going to thank our Patreon. He's a very special guest, and he's really strong.
Introducing the brand new Patreon.
Wow.
Oh my God, Sam, my ears.
Yeah.
Listen, Sam, I got one for you. Ready?
Yep.
Sammy, I want to thank our Patreon.
Oh my God. That was horrible.
That was terrible.
That was one of my characters named Shark Vader.
Shark Vader? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Paco, what are we waiting on? Do you have this guy?
What are you doing?
Why are you guys pressuring me?
Because you said we were going to thank our very special patron. You did this big intro and then it died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one right here. Ready?
Yeah.
Here it goes, Sam. This is one of my favorites. All right. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me get this brewed up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he stands about 5 feet tall. He's from Guadalajara. He doesn't know how to swing a bat very well because he's usually sitting on it. His name is Paco Libre. Paco Ibarra up to bat. Paco, put your hands together.
Okay, which one's that? You gotta tell me.
No.
Which one is that? Which one is that?
That's the secret sauce, Sam.
No, I gotta do one of them. Please, I gotta tell more about the batter.
So, are you guys ready for a new Patreon?
No,
Yeah.
hold on. Which one's that called? Corey, tell me.
We have a brand new Patreon. We've been waiting on Paco all the night for this. The guy who has a bat stuck all the way up his little keister. And we're waiting. We're waiting for that name, and they're not Paco Ibarra.
All right, Paco.
Hi.
What's that called?
So we have two new Patreons.
Okay.
Mr. Ryan Gilmore. And
Ryan Gilmore, nice job. Nice job, Ryan.
Thank you. And Carter Hansen.
Up the bat. His legs don't work very well for some reason. He usually looks like he's drunk at the time. His name's Carter. Carter's up the bad boys, and he looks like he's using a little Louisville Slugger. Bench warmer, but a strong, perfect physique. Oh, and a swing and a miss. Oh, he's picking up the ball, and he's running towards Sam, and Sam's pulling down his pants. Nice job, Sam, taking the ball right to the keister.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
So that's it?
That's it.
All right, well.
Oh, looks like we've got a late arrival to the mound. Looks like Corey, the baby boy Hosford, is coming up to bat. He's only got, looks like about 3 feet of body, and about half of it is straight up thick thighs. I'm not sure he's going to run with thighs like that, but it's going to be a real interesting game. I can tell you that. Oh, what's that he's pulling out of his pocket? Looks like a tube, a silicone tube. That's right, silicone tube, and he's attaching it to the front of his body. He's thrusting into, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about this. Corey Hosford is, in fact, going to be up. They're carrying him off the field, right? He's still thrusting, and they're carrying him off the field as he thrusts into this silicone tube. So sorry, we try to keep this a children's sport and game, but looks like Corey Hosford, once again, blowing it for everyone.
All right, Sam, so here's a trick. Turn on the ambient effect next to the voice changer button on the bottom. Okay, so here we go. Here's another one. This one's about Sam.
Oh, look who's crawling out of the dugout. Looks like he maybe had one too many Michelob Ultras, but he's making his way to the mound. He's walking up. He's still wearing his mitt. He didn't even grab a bat yet. Wow, he looks completely confused. Oh, Sam's grabbing a helmet, and he's finally sliding the helmet, but it's backwards. He has the helmet on backwards. He looks like a completely drunk baby walking to the mound with the helmet on backwards. Oh, wait a second. Sam has the bat. He lines up. The pitcher lines up. Whoa, Sam steps away from the plate. Sam drops the bat. Oh, he's digging. Sam's digging into his pants right now. Hold on. Stop recording, guys. Stop with Sam. Sam, he's pulling something. He pulls out a gerbil. Sam just pulled out a miniature gerbil out of his pants with a handful of baby carrots. Oh, here comes Sam. Sam off the field. That's kind of hurtful.
You didn't even turn on ambient sound effects, Sam.
I don't even need to. This is pretty upsetting for me right now. Just hearing everything that you have to say. Oh, no! Oh, Corey. Looks like Corey has upset the crowds. Lots of kids are crying. Mothers are shielding their eyes. Corey, put that away.
Well,
it looks like Sam's handling the hog on third base.
We better stop.
we gotta stop.
We gotta save some for next show. Save some for next show. We have to. By the way, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We have to figure out what our next Patreon goal is, and we need to enlist the help of our Instagram.
I'll do a whole episode as a baseball announcer for all I care.
That'll be the worst podcast ever.
No, it could be pretty good. I mean, it could be maybe we do something like backstories for our Patreons, and we could
for sure.
do them as an announcer or any other thing. I don't know. We just got to think about it. If you guys can come up with any ideas, DM us, or we need to make a post on Instagram. Tell us what we should do for our next goal, and that'll do it. I'll do it for me.
They'll do it for me.
Paco, you done?
That'll be it. I mean, I can't play with the same toys that you guys are playing, so I was just like amused. And
you can play with the toys that you have in the office, though. You got the bass flute. You've got binoculars.
That's what you do have.
Hey, which by the way, Sam, good call on calling out Fox Sports.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
I was at Firestone Brewery this weekend, and I saw Fox Sports was playing their own bass flute. Their halftime show.
Oh, right. Good shit. Yeah.
They had a halftime show, and they pulled out a bass flute. And they definitely saw our show, and they're like, that's a good concept. Theirs was pretty big. Didn't have as good of a handle. Yeah, didn't have as good of a handle as our bass flute. Paco, can you show how you play the bass flute?
And also, too, have you noticed there's an influx in hot dog jokes and stories that is news related?
It's gross. Yeah.
It's getting kind of weird.
All right.
I think the
We
base
shall
went on
say-
vacation, so it's the remember when we were trying to do the children's book, the traveling base flute?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
I'm still working on it.
yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, because I think the base flute went on vacation. I don't see it around.
You better make sure that someone didn't break into your house and steal just it.
Just the base flute.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, fortunately, the studio is not in my house, so
Mm-hmm. Well, make sure to find it again because
Yeah.
we promised Jim and Ryan that the halftime show this year was just going to be a 30-minute Paco bass flute
base flute
acapella.
solo acapella. Perfect.
Yeah,
All right.
So make sure to find that before Long Beach because I really don't want to let anyone down.
Perfect. You got it. You got it, sir. So, with that said, you guys ready to go?
Yep.
Let's get out.
All right. Well, thanks, Brian, for manning the. I have Brian sitting on the darkness right now because I messed up the lights on the control room.
Sorry,
So-
Brian. Do you feed him at all, or do you just throw some water back there?
I just have his chain kind of loose, so that's all he gets.
That's nice. That's nice of you.
Shh,
Okay. Sounds like Brian needs some help.
He's fine.
Anyone
He's
want to
fine,
help
everybody.
Brian?
All
Maybe
right.
that'll
Well,
be the next Patreon goal. We'll help Brian.
send us a message. Tell us to release him. With that said, that's it for tonight. Thank you, everybody. Good night, Brazil, who's listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you next Tuesday.